Howdy, folks. Ranger Multer here. As you see, a little bit of stuff has changed. I've been in the base. Like, I've taken down some stuff, remade, refixed up some stuff. Like, over here, I still got to get some stuff. If I go to it right now, right here, I got to refix. Or no, I don't have to fix these. I might have to fix with these. All I got to do is just remember it's right here. Yep, there it is. And I'm just going to knock out these. This one right here. Get the, because I did with all the facade blocks, I've kind of organized it all. And so that's what I've been doing in between of episodes, and plus making some of the other parts all looking a little bit better than what they were. And also too, I have a heart monitor on to see what stuff, as I did tell everyone about that. So yeah, I have that to have on, so that's what I've been having on with it. Oh, didn't realize that could be adjusted and turn like that. But yeah, I've been fixing with a few things. I've disabled the copper thing right now. It's just so I can set it up a little bit smoother. I probably because I changed it up here. Like, I made this a little bit more organized. I might throw the copper one right here and stuff too with it. So hopefully everything else is going to be all hunky-dory and great for that. So gonna do that and that. That is going there because down here I have it right now. Here I have it set up to where sticks, stones, and everything else is going over here, making myself cogs and stuff. So right now I'm just grabbing out all the sticks, because this thing eats through all the sticks what I have. I have to literally go like that, and maybe then I'll have some sticks left over for myself to use, but most times it's eating through it. And I will turn that on to fast. This doing great. Oh, I need more black brick. Cobble, black brick, and I have this brick. So there we go, and you just hear that sound. That's going to pump out a lot of bricks. Right now I'm just doing that to kind of help the machine go with that. It is now putting black bricks in there, and it's going to be eating up all the other stuff. We have all of our other here. These are all backing up because I haven't hooked up the other machines yet for it. But yeah, in here, and of course this one needs to be cleaned up. But into here, we started with having that. So hopefully everything else is going good. Let me know on how your guys' day is going. I might need to start making some more coal coke. and all that, because the fuel there was nice and stuff for this. And I'm going to have to move that one down to here. I still got to hook them all up. From it, luckily I have this here. I have, here's the inventory connector here. So I'll be able to pump out that way and set up the stuff the way I want it to be set up. Oh, and how I have this, well, once I put power in for these, will speed up this. I could easily take the power, like for instance, for the 4 windmills I have, or the 2 windmills actually here. I could throw them both like that. And take out the dynamo. I don't think we ever actually made the dynamo for this. So it's at, I forgot the, so it's at the at immersive engineering, which is .imm. And here it is, the kinetic dynamo. Not that one, this one. Which takes out, which will be this. And there we go. I'll make another one. And there. This if it's all correctly done and properly, will be placed right here, there, and this will go right there. And I think I put it wrong. So if I take this and I can rotate it, same thing here. I think I can hold, I don't need to hold shift. Oh no, so I'll still have to turn it. So it goes like that. And then I'll have to get the universal cable, which we have made about 8 of them, which is going to take lead in that. Or not lead. Oh, no, I think it is lead. Oh no, it's steel and that. Luckily for us, I could easily have it set up again here. But what this is supposed to be doing is going up to here, which you see is collecting power, and going to there. But we need a lot more of these cables going down and hooking up to a lot of these. And I haven't did the exhaust, or not the item reduction, taking the item out. Oi. Into here we need for the iron, which would be like so, which gives 7. And 64 stacks, so if we throw that into there, and over time it's going to be slowly, but it's going to make it. By the way, we'll have R1 done for that. So we need to go to the deep slate. And now here's the crush. But we need to do this one. So we need the crusher. So if we make the engineer hammer, there we go. Then this, that's place, silo, excavate, fluid, furnace. Impure blast furnace, arc furnace, squeezer, crusher, iron dust. Melted iron with that, or would copper do? It's DU. I got tin too. I don't know if tin will work. No? What about copper? No, so it has to be iron. Huh. Okay, I got the iron dust. I'm gonna have to make that on this side with it, and there we go. There we go. Now we have the crusher, and this one's going to be expensive to do. Which is going to be down here. The steel is coming along greatly. I had a good amount of it. Throw that up there. I'm going to keep those in my inventory because we're going to need them. And now production is going to be speeding up. With this, that's why I'm going to get both of them. And of course, further we go out, the more that it's going to, as you hear, it needs more power. Luckily, in this episode, we're going to be starting with a very powerful stuff a little bit later on with it. And all that. Who knows on how fully it's going to be with keeping up a good enough power reserves with it. But we'll just have to see with it. And for that, because as you see, and it just made that steel, it is making it go faster, but I'll see you all in the morning of this. Okay, everyone, this is what I'm missing. If I hold shift, light machine frame, one redstone engine. Well, we got that. Steel. I think if I do this, there it is. Ten light engineering blocks. LIGHT light E. Oh, that's frog lights. Ah, right here. We got 8. We just need 2 more of these. I think I should have a little bit left over. Nope. So out of this one, we're missing for those. Luckily, I can do that. Then there. And 10 steel scaffolding. We have 44. So now, if I do this, hold shift, click right here. We're missing the multi-block. If I check on quest book, deflate, crush deflate. Go to this. We need the multi-block. That's what we need. We need another hammer. There we go. So now I think if I place that right there, and I take this out, right click, it fully placed it, so I can pick that up. Now, we can't click anywhere else except right here. Hold shift. Oh no, we have to click right in the middle here. Now, the output's here, input's up here, and the power input's right here for this. We can't place with hoppers into it. And into here. It will auto eject out here. So I'm going to put that right there. And I think I put the deep slate in here so it can be saved. Yep, there it is. And, oh yeah, and power can be put in through this way too. So we come up here and we chuck them in. And there we go. 6 of it's done, so we just grab one to complete that quest. So now, as that's going, because I kind of put that stuff down at the bottom because it's going to be loud. There is, like for this stuff right here, this squeezer and stuff, but that's going to come later. This and a few of the other ones, like in here, Colossus, this item right here is going to be helpful because it's going to make that, which, and then this stuff can be used for here, which this will allow us to burn with stuff. And I can make for that stuff, but that all that stuff comes later on. And I was sorting out some stuff here. I still got to move some of this stuff, like put these all back into the rightful area. Oh, we have all that done. Coke's done. So now I'm going to bring it back down here. All steel is done, so that's great. It's regular coke there. I can throw those in there. And into here, I'm going to do those, which is going to make more. Which is going to be more helpful. And now we have this steel fence lining. I might use it to redecorate with some stuff. Hard to say, but I'm going to throw it up in there. And with this, I'm going to put it up in there. Like, I don't know, like, where this is coming from, unless we got it from part of the questing, but I doubt with that. So now, in here, we need blue stained glass, light blue stained glass, and for nickel is yellow. Luckily, in between events, so then everything else, I have done this. So there's our light blue stained glass, our yellow, and of course we're going to need blue dye. No, that's light blue. Blue dye. Which we're going to have to reorganize this like this. Oh. DYE. I should have actually went with that more. But there we go for that. Oh yeah, for the structured tank. There is another tank, what I've noticed, that we're going to need. But that will come later. So now I do note that 3 stacks still we're going to need. We're going to throw those in there with that. Or is it? Oh no, I think we need the other thing. There, because we go to here, go to this. Advanced, no, we need basic. Rock, the enricher. This is flight. Luckily we have like a stack of that. So in here, I need this one here, because we're going to have to swap that out. Put that there. Throw that one back up there. We need this. Hook it up like so. Pour the yellow in first. I'm going to grab out the blue. Hopefully it works. Let's see if it does. Yep. So that's going to be great for that. And so I can actually get moving on to different ideas. We're going to actually put those two there so that I can mosey on with what else I need to do. I'm going to grab that one. That's going to complete the quest for it. I'm going to go there, there, and one right there. I'm going to go with each of these. I'm going to throw one there. Then the other two can sort themselves. Of course, we need more yellow glass. So I do notice for that. So we're going to have to monitor that. Oh, the blue was quicker this time. See you all right after. And there we go. All those are done. Okay. I know this more or less looks like a LP. But yeah, as it is, I'm doing some of this stuff. Like as I'm organizing, redesigning with this, just I'm trying to burn through a lot of the wood to make for these not to feel like they've been useless. And here's just to make a whole bunch of charcoal that then I can smelt down and stuff. And for the other thing, I need to set up right over here. Right there we do. Be like so. And there we go. That one. I might do more of them later on. Hard to tell with that. There's one other thing what we can make to kind of increase speed of productivity with this. So I'm going to take another compress. There we go. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it like so. Now, that's going to make this stuff. Which, well, no, it's going to make it here. Which I'm going to put like so. I'm going to take that away so it's not going to interfere. Put that in. Take those three, I can throw them in there. I'm going to do that. And there. Now, I don't know if I should add more of these. Maybe do more speed upgrades, because the top ones here don't have any speed upgrades. For that, because what this is going to be doing, we could do that, but in crafting, we could use it for all these. We're doing this for sales. And that's going to increase productivities for the windmills here, because right now they're not spinning fast enough to keep up with power needs of this, as you see. And of course, we need to do that. I could easily just do this. As you see, I put that there. Take that, put it like so. Have it now become locked so it stays for whatever I put in there. A clone of it. Or a ghost block, as what it's also known for. And I could put that in here. Now, of course, we need to get better power source. I could even hook up the water wheels. But the water wheels are so clunky, so big, and I need to make another dynamo. I kind of don't want to do that. What I kind of want to do is to get down to here. I want to get these. I want to get this one. This controller is also another good thing. This is to, I think, move around liquids. I got to do a little bit more research on that. So sad to say, you guys are not going to see me tinker and fiddle with that stuff, because it's just going to be too chaotic for me and stuff. So now in here, I'm going to take each one of those. I'm going to need to disable this one for right now. So it's going to be like that. It's going to finish up those. I'm going to take these three, lock them. Pick them, or no. 3. Chuck those back in there. Throw these 3 quickly on there. Lock them before any of them goes in. Take that off. and wait for this to meet. But it's as simple as I'll just cut these off right now. Allow this to soak up all the energy it needs. And that is what we need to do. But I'll be back. Okay, everyone. We're going to toss it in, and not fall in ourselves. Toss it in. And there we go. So we got that. So I can throw that here, here, and here. And not have to worry about for that. I'm gonna probably have to do that, where I'm gonna have to put a chest for right now, right there, so it can pull universal items through. One stack there, 21 there, throw a stack there, 9 there. It's actual solid deep slate, so I throw that there. And get another one of these, just 2. Stack them both like so. Put like that. Pull out items. Lock it. Video. You need to make it could fix all those, but yeah, this is just will make it a little bit brighter. Of course, this needs a little bit more power juice for it all. Luckily, now then, we need to do for lead, nickel, and all for that. Again, this is very simple. I'm just gonna have to not go down, but go up. Make more of these, or well, not for this. Over on this end, make more of them for that, and do it for that. You guys see me do that. Don't want to bore you all with the details. Okay, all this is going. We're going to be heading up, and for some reason, there's a chicken around here. We don't need them. They're not ready to be free yet. But for somehow, some way, they're spawning. I'm thinking that they're jockeys, like chicken jockeys, and all that. So that's why they're spawning. Because I never had for that. And for as I get this part set up, Like, I really do enjoy having for this. And then put 3 of them there. Lock all 3 of them. Put the lead, the nickel, and silver there. Now there we go. Turn both of them on. I'll fix that one. And there. Now, they're going to be in here. They're going to smelt. There's the silver. Once I have those 3 smelted, they're going to appear in here. And then I'm going to be able to find them with ease. I'm going to go to this one. And there it is there. That's what I want. Right there. So I click that. Turns that on. That will produce me at least 1 ingot's worth of lead. In here, 1 silver. And in this one, I did, oh no, it's nickel. Nickel. There we go. That's 1. That's 2. And 3. Now we need a nickel rod and nickel plating to go this route, which is okay because we got that. I'm going to grab that. Throw that back in there. Black brick. Throw that one. Throw it back in there. Throw that. Grab those. Go like that. Now, to come over to here, I'm going to throw that and that. We're going to need nickel. Now, I could really just throw back the nickel, but I'm going to need more of the nickel. And it looks like the nickel has some process for there. Silver. We got 8 raw nickel here, which will actually be enough. But I remember to go up. I'm soon going to get used to that because it's different, because I'm going to have sections of flooring with it. Into here, I can throw those all in. Do they actually smelt in this? No, they don't. Oh no, they do. They just took time to process. There we go. Okay, that's all done. Gonna have to go to here, quickly select nickel, turn on, select and turn on, and that's going to produce some. Plate's almost done already, and the rod's just about getting there. I like, because all the water is being pumped into there, which is, those are being used. These have their own right here, which is more than enough for this whole thing. Like, I can probably cut down on so much of this, but then again, I don't know, because it needs it all. Like, these are going to be guzzling up, and like the water here is going down and all that. But yeah, this is probably doing fine. It's not backing up because actually it has no time to back up. Because once this gets full of creosote, it gets down. It like when this gets full, it will fill up this. Once this gets full, it will dump all its extra into there, which is sucking this completely dry. Then, to me, it's a win-win situation. We got a rod and plate, ingots, of course. So now we go to here. Now we got this. Oh, so we need gears. Okay. Luckily, I have so much gears. It's not going to be any issue whatsoever for this. Like copper gears, any of the gears for that. We throw that there. No, I don't see. We don't have any more nickel in there. Sound like I almost had a cough fit. Luckily, I can throw those in there and they'll all get processed over again, which is just going to make this easier. There it is. And there. It's just going to make it easier for this. So, of course, we're going to need more. Gotta remember to go down. Down to over here. We're out of nickel there, but crush one. Those are all empty. Don't tell me, did it go in here? No, it shouldn't have gone in there. But we do need to make more. 20 with that, 20 with that. Yeah. So we need to make more. Here's the other thing what we need. How many of these can... Well, we're going to make too much of it. So I do need to automate this. So we got that done. This one, of course, we're missing the lead in that. And there we go for this. So both of those are done. Now this. Nickel plating. Of course, we're going to need to make nickel plating. We haven't made the machine press because I don't feel a need that we need the machine press right now. But maybe down the line we do. Then again, I have that big smelter down in the basement area of this, which seems to me a very, very easy thing to do. So wait, am I making... I am too making nickel plating. Well, I do need silver plating, silver rods, silver gears, lead gears, lead stick, lead plating. I'm just going to craft them all. Because eventually later down the line, you're going to need them. With it, it's like... that's just in my nature, just to see it coming. When you least expect it, you're going to need the item for that. I wonder how this is doing down here. Well, silver is being produced, and we have this. So I'm thinking right around over here. We have these 6 parts left. I do need these. Do we have any of them? We do have speed upgrade. No, seeds upgrade. We're going to go to here. Cloches. Just make one of those. CO. SEE. There they are. We're going to need these seeds. Bring it all the way back down here. We need this, this with these. Now, I gotta make sure I do this correctly. First one goes down. Now this goes here. We put one of those with that. We need a piece of dirt. Luckily, we got so much dirt. I could do either one of those, but I don't. I can just do regular dirt. Throw this in there and that. Now that's going to slowly build up. I can't use this stuff. But if I throw that in there, no. What I need, not that, I need this. So it goes to this, into there, which then will go into this. So that's that. I do need that, because I do need this. It takes lead block, that, and compressed with that. That one takes with water and beyond collector, fluid pipes, and 3 nickel plating. We have that. So if I go to here, to this, craft up that completes that. We do need to make this, which we need a lot more nickel stuff, and nickel is kind of hard to produce. We have 7 lead. Okay, we have for this, which is going to be automatically placed right here. Now then, battery power, I'm just going to pump it out right here, right into there. Now, that does need power. Neither does that. Okay. Now, into here, we have 3 of those. They're going to go into here. It might need a little bit of power. It does. Right about that. Low cable. Okay. We need I'll just keep clicking E, thinking it's R. We don't have enough lead. That might be a problem with that. Not really. What am I thinking? Just go right back up here. Come over to here. Yeah, I think we need more lead now. That could be in the other ones. There we go. I made a whole bunch of them because I forgot what they had, and we had it in the other ones, which I'm going to have to organize with a chest. And I think if I do this correctly, by placing like that, this is going to get a little bit of power, which in turn is going to feed itself, produce from this stuff what it needs to produce. We're going to take that stuff, throw it into here, which is going to bring it across, and I don't have to pipe that up, which then I'm going to break this and like that. Of course, out of this one, I'm going to have to pull it out, I think from the bottom. It's going to go into here. I think it's with this stuff. Or is it this stuff? I know for the oil generator, like with this, like I don't know if that's the case. I think I need to put that to that, where I can pull out power. This one needs to have it be fed. So this is going to take with all that. You know, I'm just going to do this so it speeds it up. I do this wrong again. I did too. Needed to go down here. And I need this to go into here. I think now if I switch this and have it pull out the stuff. Oh, see, and now it's burning it. This is draining into here, which this is going to fill up with so much power, which is going to make this eventually fill up with a ton of power. Oh, and how I got all this brick, as you see, it's slag. It's slag brick. I'm going to be using that to decorate. I'm not going for any beautifulistic patterns or something with it and stuff. I just want to try to fill this stuff in because I do like the sound that this makes. So we're going to throw that in there. Yeah, like I like the sound of it placing and putting down with it. Over time, I am going to put more of these to use. It's just, this is how, like, before my world got corrupted, when I was playtesting this, like, we're getting really close to the time for that. So now, 44 nickel. And this is all finally done with it. But I'm going to need to make more deep slate and stuff. So I will have to automate this. I may select one of these to become with automation with it. Like, as what the Techium pack is known for. Just heading up to here. I did turn off all the other ones right here. So I do need this one on. So I have for that, so which 6 ingots, that's enough. So I turn that one off so that I can produce the ones that are needed. And there we go. Of course, in between of episodes, I will be turning, like, this all will become automated and allow me to actually produce with it. Who knows, maybe even further up, that this whole section might be filled up with those, and maybe this whole section might be filled up too. I don't know. It depends on how this is going to be going. And if I don't make the press, since down here it's going to be a lot where all the heavy machinery is going to be. So now into here, we can get rid of that because it's done. Now this one, and there. So now we got that done. So now with the X network, press like F1. Like, I'm gonna have to figure out this on my own time, because this is the only one I have no idea on using. Like, a lot of these other ones I've used in separate packs. Like, I kid you not, a lot of these other ones were in a few other packs and stuff for that. Okay. Right now, I am just actually looking at the name one so I can write it down in my little notes that I keep strewn around my little recording area so that it can be all handled with ease and knowledge with it all. Okay. So N X E T for that. But anyway, this is Ranger Motor. I am signing off. Hope you all have a wonderful day and a fantastic weekend. Okay, everyone? I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Ranger Motor signing out.